one in Obama's spy ring quite recently found escaping scene of wrongdoing too. The investigation, including Pakistani IT staff members who worked for congressional Democrats, is taking a fascinating turn. Review that this group is blamed for obtaining and releasing private and maybe classified data, all while on the finance of these agents. It's been an investigation covered in a riddle, maybe to some extent in light of the affectability of the records included. It additionally may be quieted in view of the reality of the charges and the potential harm that a full disclosure of the circumstance may do to those Democrat representatives. However, the story won't leave, and it just took another turn when we discovered that one of those IT staff members under scrutiny just fled to Pakistan. The staffers are accused of stealing equipment and possible breaches of the House IT network, according to Politico, which first reported on the investigation in February. A spokeswoman for the Capitol Police refused comment last week in what she described as an ongoing investigation. And now, at least one of the staffers, Hina Alvi, has fled to Pakistan, according to the Daily Caller. While leaving the nation while under scrutiny is not evidence of criminal acts, it is, obviously, exceptionally suspicious. Also, it throws question over the blamelessness of those in this group who stay in the U.S. Alvi, 33, who was based in Virginia, worked for Representative Gregory Meeks, D. Queens, since 2008, making $126,225 last year, according to public records. Her husband, Imran Awan, 37, also worked for Meeks in the past. In addition to his wife, Awan put forward his brothers Jamal, 23 and David, 33, to work in IT operations on Capitol Hill. He also recommended Rao Abbas, 37. The group worked for 25 members of Congress at different times since 2004, public records show. This is an extremely comfortable group, would it say it isn't? Every one of whom was paid to a great degree well and accessed House reports, some of which may have been characterized. The entire thing makes you ask why House Democrats picked these individuals for delicate work, and whether they needed to experience any security audit before landing their positions. It would seem that this gathering worked for 25 Democratic congressmen and congresswomen since 2004. On the off chance that things being what they are, they have, truth be told, been occupied with criminal exercises, then the following inquiry is: when did that begin? Just as of late, or 13 years prior? Not exclusively ought to the IT staff members be under scrutiny, yet the individuals who contracted them have a great deal of disclosing to do themselves. What do you think about this? Do not hesitate and write your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for reading. HT New York Post. Insane. Millions of Trump supporters could become criminals. The state of California just passed draconian measures. The United States of America was born when freedom-loving patriots chose that an overbearing government over the ocean had no privilege to control them. In light of a progression of severe laws, these patriots waged war and battled back against their royal overlords. The patriots were triumphant despite seemingly insurmountable opposition. Before long, another legislature, a protected republic, was up and running in the United States of America. None of this occurred coincidentally. In spite of the fact that the situation was anything but favorable for the patriots, there is a reason that they even stood a possibility despite the best battling power on the planet. That reason is basic: they had guns. To be sure, however, British nobles endeavored to restrict the quantity of furnished non-troopers inside their domain. The American Pilgrims had a vigorous history of conveying guns. This instilled feeling of self-defense implied that the patriots could effectively battle against an expansive military compel. Subsequently, it is no big surprise that the Founding Fathers needed to safeguard this guideline for future Americans. When they composed the Second Amendment to the Constitution, they did only that. Present-day liberals, be that as it may, overlook this authentic reality. Rather, Whole state governments criminalize gun ownership. See what California simply did to its weapon proprietors. Via the Federalist Papers. The state of California just passed more draconian gun control measures along with the citizens ignorantly voting on fear-mongering ballot initiatives. Beginning July 1, any gun owner who owns magazines that can hold over 10 rounds should give them up. They either have to destroy them, give them to the police, give them to gun shops, or sell them out of state. So far, no one seems to comply, and the sheriffs are saying they are not planning on looking for gun owners and checking their magazines. These new controls come as an inseparable unit with other new laws, which make it fundamentally more troublesome for Californians to purchase guns and ammo. Laws like these have no place in the United States of America. For a nation that was established by individuals who could guard themselves, these laws are a huge takeoff from history. Liberals neglect to appreciate the significance of a furnished masses in a sacred republic. Without methods for subjects to guard themselves, there is nothing to prevent a degenerate government from annihilating the republic. This, the truth, is the reason each tyrant in history begins by incapacitating the general population. The old mantra expresses that an equipped people is a free masses, and history demonstrates that that is a standout amongst the most exact articulations to ever exist. On a less disastrous level, these laws are likewise absurdly shallow. Californians must not understand the long-haul repercussions of having well-behaved nationals surrender their firearms while all the while having no chance at all to know whether hoodlums are doing likewise. Lawbreakers clearly won't take after this law. They are hoodlums, all things considered. This means fewer individuals will have the capacity to safeguard themselves against ordinary dangers, and more individuals will kick the bucket. Basically, liberal firearm approaches imperil great individuals by making them powerless against both neighborhood lawbreakers and loathsome government strengths. What do you think about this? Do not hesitate and write your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for reading. HT Patriot Journal, The Federalist Papers. Congress just dropped on illegals and sanctuary cities, you'll cheer. Indeed, even Congress makes the best choice every once in a while. On Thursday, the House of Representatives passed two amazing anti-illegal immigration bills. These two bills, Kate's Law and the No Sanctuary for Criminals Act, are long-late changes that work to end leniencies given to illegals. President Donald Trump had a brilliant message in the wake of the bill's passage. From the White House. During my campaign, I met many grieving families who all had the same claim: lawmakers must first put the safety of American families first. Today, I applaud the House for passing two crucial measures to save and protect American lives. These were the bills I campaigned on and that are vital to our public safety and national security. The first bill, Kate's Law, increases criminal penalties for illegal immigrants who repeatedly re-enter the country illegally. The bill is named for Kate Steinle, who was killed by an illegal immigrant who was deported 5 times. Every year, countless Americans are victimized, assaulted, and killed by illegal immigrants who have been deported several times. It's time for these tragedies to end. The second bill, the No Sanctuary for Criminals Act, restricts taxpayer grant money to cities that prevent their police from turning over dangerous criminal aliens to federal authorities. Sanctuary cities are releasing violent criminals, including members of the bloodthirsty MS-13 gang, back to our streets every single day. Innocent Americans have suffered unthinkable violence as a result of these cities' reckless actions. The House bill also includes what is known as Grant's Law and Sarah's Law. These provisions, which prevent the release of dangerous criminals waiting for removal proceedings, are named for 2 slain Americans whose parents I spent time with during the campaign. Now that House has acted, I urge the Senate to take these bills, pass them, and send them to my desk. I am calling on all lawmakers to vote for these bills and to save American lives. The president saved no words. He said precisely what should have been stated, despite the fact that these bills are incredible strides forward for the America First plan. Regardless, we have a considerable measure of ground to cover until the point that we can by and by turn into a country of laws. The principal real thistle in the side of his plan is the Democratic Party. Kate's Law and the No Sanctuary for Criminals Act both gone with just 27 votes in support from Democrats, consolidated. Besides, the Democratic initiative was emphatically adjusted against these bills, and the liberal media detonated with feedback after they were passed. It seems like the Democratic Party couldn't think less about settling unlawful immigration. Maybe they don't consider it to be an issue. All things considered, to them illegals are dreamers and undocumented workers rather than what they really are, hoodlums. It is grievous, however, it is valid. Unlawful foreigners are crooks, as they infringed upon the law so as to go to the United States. There is nothing outstanding about this. It is not rousing, and individuals who do it ought not to be hailed and remunerated. The individuals who champion illegals are acting unjustifiably towards American nationals and legitimate outsiders alike. These are individuals who both need and merit occupations, and illegals take those employments for themselves. President Trump thinks about the American individuals. That is the reason he needs to end illicit migration unequivocally, and if Congress keeps up its strong against unlawful movement streak, we may see that objective came too soon. What do you think about this? Do not hesitate and write your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for reading. HT The White House. Shocking. Elizabeth Warren just abandoned veterans, President Trump is angry. For liberal Democrat government officials like Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, the issue of unlawful migration is by all accounts more about obliging non-natives and purchasing their support, as opposed to guaranteeing that American movement laws are upheld and complied. The liberals realize that they will probably get votes from unlawful migrants who remain to pick up fiscally than they are to get votes from America's veterans who have been overlooked, reprimanded and abused. The Obama organization was particularly intense on veterans, as they slice veterans' advantages keeping in mind the end goal to give more guide to the unlawful migrants. Congressperson Warren's disposition towards veterans and her relationship with illegals has fashioned the rage of two military legends, Dennis Moskela and John McDonnell, who censured her for disregarding the predicament of veterans. From Conservative Tribune. It seems to be the fact that she is more interested in creating political theater than she is in helping Americans, said McDonnell, who serves as the spokesman for the group Veterans Assisting Veterans, which is based out of Warren's home state. He was referring to the way in which the senator had all the time in the world to deliver tired speeches or participate in inane marches, yet was either unable or unwilling to lift a finger on behalf of American veterans. There's hundreds of veterans dying every day, chimed in Moskela, the group's president. Why do not we address those problems first, and then we'll worry about other people coming into our country. Watch the video of the Dennis Moskela and John McDonnell's remarks. A week ago the two men had upbraided Warren and other Democrat legislators in an open letter for their absence of concern. Veterans Assisting Veterans is outraged at the selfish, blatant ignorance of the politicians that have chosen illegal immigrants over U.S. veterans, they wrote. We ask that the American public join our cause and our passion for helping bring attention to this issue. The Washington Free Beacon announced that Warren Representative Lacey Rose reacted to the letter by pitching a disingenuous rant about President Donald Trump's alleged attacks on immigrants. While Warren realized the utmost importance of aiding veterans, Rose said, but he also knows that standing up for our veterans and rejecting President Trump's unlawful, immoral, and irresponsible attacks on immigrants are not mutually exclusive issues. In the event that Warren and alternate Democrats trust that helping veterans is absolutely critical, then why is it generally the keep-going thing on their schedule behind bolster minority rights, illicit outsider rights, and ladies' walks, at the same time impacting Trump? They never appear to get to that keep going thing on the rundown. What do you think about this? Do not hesitate and write your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for reading. HT Conservative Tribune. Unbelievable. George Soros funded spying to stop President Trump. No matter what you want to believe, where they heading next. Exactly when you thought the Hillary, Obama, and George Soros, HOGS, funding corporation could go no more remote left than it as of now has, up pops yet one more of the 190+ subsidized groups that spot the scene of unusual Antifa legislative issues like brutality, uproars, and beating old women and puppies. George Soros is having a real good run for the current year as Donald Trump keeps on being an awesome strawman for finding support for his many front groups for radical fanatic hostile to government, against American activism. In the event that Soros doesn't break this past record group pledges amid this pinnacle year, he will never do as such again, assessing course that Trump doesn't keep running in 2020. A fresh out-of-the-box new group is promising much additionally energizing news for leftists. Adding to the officially amazing capacities of the Antifa to revolt, plunder, decimate, confer incendiarism, strike, and undermine, they would now be able to gladly report that they're moving into a radical new domain, spying. Via Breitbart. The UK far-left group Hope Not Hate, HNH, claims that they are expanding into the United States and have promised to bring undercover operatives to the country. Hope Not Hate released the information on Twitter Tuesday afternoon, urging followers to follow their new U.S. branch and donate to the project located at a new website address. The U.S. branch of the group tweeted out a picture from the Charlottesville Torch March with the caption, "You bring your tiki torches. We'll bring our undercover operatives." Hope Not Hate is a registered charity in the United Kingdom and is synonymous with far-left causes and has traditionally targeted far-right figures and groups like British National Party. Muslim reformer Dr. Zudi Jasser has called the group Orwellian, saying, "They're basically doing the same thing as Osama bin Laden and Abu Bakr Baghdadi, the leader of ISIS and the Saudi government." The U.S. Hope Not Hate website is sparse, other than asking for donations. The registered address for the group is in the United Kingdom, meaning that it is probably not registered in the United States. As a charity, the site does not go into detail on whether or not its undercover operatives will be from the United States or flown in from the UK. Hope Not Hate also ties to the Southern Poverty Law Center, SPLC, and both groups regularly cite each other's research and material. The SPLC was slammed by many after claiming that the UK Muslim reformer Majid Nawaz was an anti-Muslim extremist. Nawaz said earlier this year that he was going to sue the SPLC for defamation for their characterization of him, saying that the organization had put him in danger from radical Islamists. With a break in raising money in the UK, this group Hope Not Hate will find success with it in the United States. Being that this nation brandishes the most altruistic individuals on the planet, it's no big surprise that Soros needs to annihilate it for all its contempt. Ideally, Hope Not Hate will have the capacity to step up the one truly unfortunate propensity that Antifa has of hurling packs of pee and defecation on their foes. Maybe Hate Not Hope will have the capacity to graduate to bags of vomit or roadkill. Even better, what about simply airing your grievances like most every other person who has work, right to your Congress part? What do you think about this? Do not hesitate and write your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for reading. HT Breitbart.